Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Lewis Speaks 2021, and today I want to talk to you all about the truth about gay life. This is probably part 7. It's a series that I started doing because I feel like we've been lied to as gay men. I feel like we've been sold a bill of goods that has not delivered on its promises. You know, um, I see so many gay men just being swallowed up by the life. The life is a snake pit. Is nothing but a swirling eddy of despair, if you want to know the truth. I realize, as a gay man, I've lived this life for 14 years. March 2021 will be my 14th anniversary as a gay man. And let me just share with you what I've learned. For one, I've learned that gay men are one of the most traumatized populations ever. And there are so many reasons for that, from societal scorn, religious scorn, all that, you know. But I realize, we are just a broke down mess. And the thing about it is this, back in the 1980s, there was a lot happening, you know, the AIDS crisis, all that. Even prior to that, we were just struggling with a lot of things. But I haven't seen many changes. We've been given more rights, and yet and still, we haven't exercised those rights. We continue to live as though we're still in the 1950s. And it's just disturbing. I ask myself, why do I think it's so hard to live as a gay man? For one, we'll start with the self. Ourselves are so broken and traumatized. And the thing about it is, we are not willing to unpack those traumas. We just drag those traumas into the next relationship and then create new traumas, which we basically drag into another relationship. And before you know it, we have a series of traumas as a result of us not dealing with the initial trauma that we had. So that's one reason. Basically, we just are very traumatized as a result of our upbringing, as a result of being constantly told that we were just no good, evil, all these messages that we were fed. You know, my question is, at what point do we actually do the work and begin to unpack those traumas so we can start to heal? So that way we don't keep on bleeding out on other gay men. That's my question. I am not hopeful that we will unpack those traumas. I think that initially, gay men, they don't either know how to do the work, they're not motivated to do the work, they don't have the tools, or really are interested. They just want to enact pain on other people just to get it off of them. Hurt people hurt people. And so gay men are hurting. They're hurting, and I could feel their pain. It's palpable. The energy that you get sometimes from other gay men is just so toxic and just negative. You walk into a room, and before you walk into that room, their energy introduces itself. You ever felt that when you walked into a room and you instantly knew that the energy was off? I feel that when I go out to many gay events, gay clubs, I just sense like this hateration, this envy, this jealousy, this projection of their own traumas onto you, because it's never really about you. I realize that their hatred, their disdain for you and other people really is just a reflection and a projection of their own feelings about themselves. So once again, that's that internal work they have yet to do. So that's the self. Now let's go into the life. There's so many toxic aspects of gay living that I don't know where to begin. Relationships nowadays are just a fucking train wreck. Let's just say that. You can't find a date to save your life. And why? Because the sex is made so easy. It's so easy to come by. Why date someone? Why? When you can get head like that. I can call somebody right now to come over to my place and they'll come over. Why be in a relationship? That's what they reason. So A lot of gay men are averse to relationships while they want to play with the idea and toy with the idea of being in a relationship. The truth, the truth is that they really are averse to those relationships and they're terrified. They're scared. Many have been in relationships before, and the trauma of being in a relationship. Let me just say this: relational trauma is real. Relational PTSD is real. You got so many gay men out here that have been in such toxic, narcissistic relationships that their ability to love is just shot, broken. So they're walking around empty shells, going out there bleeding on other men, having this fuck all men mentality, going from man to man to man, racking up bodies after bodies after bodies. And what people don't realize is that as you rack up these bodies, you also rack up these spirits. You rack up their demons too. So now you're walking around here not only with trauma, you're walking around here with another man's demons inside your body. That's what people don't know. See, this is once again the truth about the gay life. The illusion is that it's fun. It's fun, it's sexy, ooh, it's just enticing. But the truth is that you're actually collecting the demons of other men as you basically go from man to man to man to man. So that's one aspect of relationships, you know. Then let's talk about the life. You got gay men out here. I was on these apps, and these apps are just another trauma. You know, they're just a trauma. You know, you see gay men. I remember one gay man. He had something that went on, I guess his profile read, "I don't know which to plan for first, my wedding or my funeral." So it's like gay men, they just expect to die. They just expect their own demise. They anticipate their own demise in this life. How sick is that? To love someone else is to anticipate your own death. Then other gay men are just like, come over, use me, and then throw me out. Someone have that on their profile. Come over, use me, and throw me out. Okay. Then yet another profile reads, come shit on me. Really? I had to read that one again because I thought it was come sit on me. But no, there was an H. So I'm just like, these are the profiles that you run into. And the thing about it is these men, they hide their faces. They only give you headless torsos. They're not willing to really engage you. You know, intimacy requires a vulnerability and honesty. Where's the honesty? When they're hiding their faces, they're discreet. They got wives, they got other boyfriends, they're in throuples, they're in. It's the broke down mess. And then when you happen to get in relationships with these gay men, they get bored of you. And so they want to introduce another partner and another partner. And before you know it, you have more partners than an actual partner. It's draining. It's very, very draining. And I'm not the only one. There are so many gay men out here who are disenchanted with the life. There's so many of them who are just sick to death of the loneliness, the pain, the misery. This is a very lonely life, and that's another truth that they don't tell you. They sell community. They sell parades, brotherhood, you know? But when you open up the life and you actually see its loneliness, despair, you know? There's so many gay men who are addicted to substances. You know, for gay men who don't really like women sexually, they sure do love to party with Mary, Crystal, Tina, and Jane. They love to party with those bitches. So many men addicted to crystal meth out there, it's ridiculous. That's a new epidemic, especially among Black and Latino men. That's crazy. And you know what gets them out there? Normally what gets them out there on that, in my experience, are these old white men who exploit these young boys who know they ain't got no home, who know they ain't got no family. They get them addicted, watch them tweak out, and then just sit back and watch the show. Modern day slavery. And these boys do it because they ain't got no one to love them. They ain't got no homes, you know? So it's just they're out here. They're caught out here. And another phenomenon is when you see these apps, you know, they talk about negative on PrEP. That's translation, positive on meds. These niggas know that they HIV positive. They know that they got fucking AIDS and they basically walking around here disseminating that shit. You know, they know that they're positive, but they want to sit there and sell you something, talk about negative on meds, just in case you basically are negative on PrEP. Just in case you basically find their meds in the process of you, I guess, going over to their house, going through medicine cabinets. You know, I remember I have an experience where I basically, thank goodness I did this. I went over to somebody's house looking to link up, and I used their bathroom. You know, and then I opened their cabinet, come to find out they had all these fucking meds in there, you know, HIV meds, and they didn't even disclose that. And my thing is this is not about HIV stigma, this is not about HIV shame, this is about not giving a person the agency and the right and the knowledge that they need in order to protect themselves. Not giving the person a heads up, you know? Not giving them an opportunity to consent, just taking that away from them, you know? This life is traumatizing. Traumatizing. And not only that, you got the sexual misrepresentation as well. That's another aspect, you know? Bottoms claiming to be tops, tops claiming to be bottoms. Everybody, guys who basically don't think you're attractive enough, so they won't let you top them. You know, they'll pretend as though they are full tops when come to find out, they're really bottoming for somebody else. They just don't want to be your bottom because what? They don't find you to be either masculine enough or attractive enough. So they misrepresent their sexuality, and here you are wondering, wait a minute, why are they letting this person top them? When I asked, it was a problem. It's like these days you don't really know what you're getting. And so the lie they want to sell you is that, you know, I got to be true to me. I got to be honest, you know? I was born this way. I have to be honest about my truth. I have to own my truth. This is really who I am. When the truth is a misrepresentation of their sexuality. You know, are you a bottom? Are you a top? Do you even know? But you got to be who you are, right? When it's just funny that who you are is interchangeable depending on who you're with. So this is the truth about gay life. And that's why I make these videos, not to demonize gay men, because to be honest, I love them. I understand them. I understand them because I am a gay man. I have lived this life for 14 years. I don't hate gay men. I love them and think that they're the most creative, talented people. But I also think that they're lost. I think that they're extremely lost. And they're going out here searching for love in all the wrong places, trying to find some semblance of their fathers, some masculine identity to hold on to. You know, instead of making God their identity, spirituality their identity. We talk about our sexuality. Oh, everything's about our sexuality. But what about a spiritual identity? No one ever talks about that in the gay community. Why? Because they think that God hates them. And that's not true. God doesn't hate gay men. Maybe the practices, and let's look at the practices. They're a train wreck. The easy sex, the just, you know, it's sad. You know? And there's just no love, it feels like. There's no real love, because love, to me, my definition of love is basically looking out for the well-being of another person. Love is sacrifice. When you think about in the Bible, you know how God loved the world so much he gave his only begotten son as a sacrifice. You know, he gave his only begotten son, he sacrificed something. When was the last time a man sacrificed something for you? Or does he constantly make you the sacrifice, burning you at the altar to keep him warm? I've seen so many gay men set themselves on fire just to keep somebody else warm. And it's sad. But those are just a few of the reasons why this life is just no longer attractive to me. Mostly I just stay in my house. I just stay alone because I'd rather be by myself in the company of someone who loves me, myself, my Heavenly Father, than be around people who just want to kill me, who just want to turn me to stone. So this has been Lewis Speaks, wishing everybody a wonderful day. And I just wish, to be honest, I just wish those who are trying to find their way, I hope that they definitely find their way, you know, because I know what it's like to be lost. You know, I know what it's like. And that's why I make these videos, because I want people to know the truth about this life. It's a hard life, you know? It's a life that comes with no armor. You have to build your armor as you go along. And the funny thing is that as you build this armor, you basically just, you get thick skin. You can't feel as much as you once did. You become hard. And that makes you sometimes difficult to love. So, anyway, this is Lewis Speaks 2021, wishing everybody a wonderful, wonderful 2021. Peace.